astrologer Wonder Girl, and I'm here to give you your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, June 19th to Sunday, June 25th. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your chart to see what's coming up. Scorpio, this is you right here. Okay, and what's happening this week is that we do have the sun finishing up in Gemini. Okay, and Gemini for you rules your 8th house of deep changes and intimacy. So I think your focus this week is a lot on something deep that you can do, something intimate, some kind of changes, ending or beginning that you need to make in your life to really move forward on something it is that you want that's very close to your heart. I think a lot of that for you is going to have to do with actually your job and your daily routines, maybe needing to organize your job and daily routines into something different, make some change there, end or begin something, maybe form some kind of deep, intimate partnership there at your job or in your daily routines in order to kind of get you the life that you want. I also think while you're thinking about that, there's also a lot going on for you about your career and just where your life is heading overall. And you kind of wanting to make the changes in your life that you need in order to move forward in the world, in order to have kind of more of the daily routines that you want to get you where you want to go. Okay, as this is happening, I think you're having a lot of hard decisions and choices that you need to make here about really kind of yourself and your stability in some way as you move forward. Maybe about money too. I think you're needing to learn really how you can make changes in your life and what changes you need to make in your life that can also afford you kind of the stability, that can bring you the confidence that you need, that can also bring you some of the income moving forward, and really kind of needing to learn how to balance these kind of things, other people's finances versus your finances, what kind of changes you need to make and you want to make in your life versus kind of this stability and what can bring you stability and make you feel safe and secure. So I think you're trying to make some decisions over here around that. And I think a lot of that has to do with kind of your job here, what kind of job can bring you the confidence and the money and the stability that you need, as well as where your career is going, thinking a lot about those kind of things, and maybe what kind of changes you need to make in order to bring more of that stability that can help you really create the life that you want and do things on the daily that you want to do. Okay, so that's going on for you. Now, I don't feel like this is going to be the most comfortable in some way. We do have Chiron in your 5th house of happiness and relationships squaring the sun. Okay, so as you're making these deep changes in a lot of ways, I don't know if you're feeling quite right about what makes you happy or about romantic relationships or about what you love in some way. I think there's some hard feelings about what it is that you really, really like. Maybe not being able to do the things that you like, maybe having to make all these deep changes and deal with all this deep intimate stuff and these endings and beginnings that aren't allowing you to fully pursue the things that make you happy in your heart. So I think that's hard for you. As you're making some of these deep changes too, I think there's also partnerships and maybe people that you interact with one-on-one and committed relationships too that also aren't quite working for you, that maybe aren't on board with some of these changes that you're making, that don't want to go as deep with you as you want to go about some things. So I think really having to be patient there with people and with partnerships as you make some of these changes, kind of figure out what's going on with career and work and build more stability into your life that really resonates with who you are and helps you create the life that you want. So I see that being a lot of it. Now, midweek, things do change a little bit, even though you still are going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's because we do have the sun in Gemini, which moves into Cancer here, which is going to be your 9th house of kind of like new things and expanding. So midweek, you're going to want to kind of let some of these deep things go that you've been focusing on for a while and really bring some new fresh energy into your life, do some new things moving forward, okay? I think that's going to be big for you. What else is going on is as you're trying to bring these new things for you in some way, perhaps they don't feel quite comfortable as you're doing that. I think that you maybe have some issues inside to work out, trying to figure out what you really want, what really makes you happy. Maybe you're having to do some new things in your life that you don't really want to do, that don't really feel comfortable for you, that you don't really bring you peace in some way because Mars is in a square with Jupiter, which is in your 12th, kind of ruling your insides and your sense of peace. So I feel like whatever new thing that you're doing or maybe feel compelled to do, maybe you don't feel quite comfortable doing it or like it's quite what you wanted to do. While that's happening with this new thing, I think that there's a lot going on perhaps in what makes you happy or in romantic relationships too that also didn't turn out quite the way that you hoped. Maybe you wanted a romantic relationship to turn out one way. Maybe you wanted to be happy with one thing or to pursue some kind of passion project or thing close to your heart and it didn't work out quite the way that you hoped. And I think you're really trying to have to learn how you can do new things with kind of the things that have come to you in relationships and in passion projects and in your heart, and to kind of take what you have, what's been given to you, and work with that instead of trying to make it into something that it's not. And so I think that's kind of some things are coming up for you this week. And as that's happening, you're also trying to make some big changes that are going on for you in your relationships, okay? Because we've got Venus in your 7th house making a trine over here to Pluto in your 3rd of communication and like talk and that kind of thing. So maybe you're changing the way that you communicate with people that you're close to, people that you're intimate with. Maybe you have to think differently about your intimate relationships in some way as you move forward in order to bring kind of more and that comfort into your life and to get on board with all of the things that have happened to you moving forward. So that's what I see this week. And of course we do have the new moon happening in your 9th house later this week too. So there's going to be a lot of focus coming in on something new that you can do in your life that may not feel the most comfortable for you and may not make you the most happy without you adjusting some of your perspectives a little bit and the way that you think about other people moving forward. Okay, now your card for this week is the 5 of Pentacles upright. This is like one of the hardest cards in the deck because it does indicate things not going quite as planned, not feeling like we're in the right place, feeling a little sad, down and out, you know, like we haven't, you know, been lucky lately. And it does look to me, in Scorpios, I think you have it a little bit harder than everyone else with all of these really happy houses for you being hit with some really hard aspects. So I think this week your challenge is to find the joy, find the happiness in the things that aren't working out for you, in the things that aren't, you know, going the way as planned, and really learning to adjust your perspective, to see things in new ways, to realize that even setbacks have blessings hidden inside to help you get to the place that you need to go and need to be in life. So that is all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching your horoscope. If you like it, please like it on Facebook, like it on YouTube, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.